Tonight I'm going to install the axles in the car. I'm not sure how far I'm gonna get tonight. It's already late. I think I took a while editing the videos for the past days, and but I'm gonna try. I think it'll be a pretty easy situation. Just shove it in there and then fasten all the lower control arm and all that stuff, and if everything goes right and fast, we're going to install the coilovers. I'm excited for that. So the only thing I gotta do here, it sounds simple. I'm gonna get the axle. This is the short side, and I'm gonna put on that hole out there, which has Neo Seals, right? It's empty, doesn't have oil in it. I'm gonna put this in there all the way, and if it works, I'm going to attach back in here. As you can see, there's another input here for the axle. Actually, it's gonna output here, right? It's not input. And then we're good to roll. Axle is here. Gonna take this out of the way, put it in there. Yep. And I have no idea how I'm gonna push this in there. That will be tricky. So I remember when I removed this side here that has this little clip, and this little clip makes life harder. So that's what's happening right now. I guess if we get some grease and put in here, it's gonna help us a little. But I'm gonna get my hopes up. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Ah. Not quite. It's almost there. No. You got, oh. Oh shit. There's one finger that gotta go. I wonder if I need to put some like WD-40. My channel should be called Try It Yourself. I wiggled, I hammered, I did everything that people do on their videos and works, and it didn't work. So look at that. So you see, let's see if you can see something. See, there's a space here where the light is. Oh, there you go. Here, between here and here. So that space, that is the space that I'm trying to cover, and the other side is the same. There's the big axle, CV axle is right there, and it goes on this side, and you also see a little space between that green area. Dude, there's no way to push it, and put it in there. I'm not sure what the deal is, but it just doesn't work. So I'm gonna call it a night. I hammer my finger 3 times. It's not, it's just saying stop, dude. So I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna come back tomorrow. Last night I spent hours trying to put the CV axle, all the thing inside the transmission, right? So, which is the differential actually. And I couldn't do it until it was like 1 AM again, and I measure inside, and I have this much of space on the CV axle, but if you go in the transmission, the space is like half of that. Then I came back to the videos I made when I took it out, and this is what I found out. So you see here, I was taking that out, and I was pulling, wiggling, and all that stuff, right? And I'm just moving, like fast forwarding. See here? See, there's a space in here. So this is what I'm trying to put inside all the way to here. But that's not what needs to be done, because this is halfway is the space that is inside the differential, which I can keep hammering forever, but this part here is hitting the wall on the differential, so it's never gonna get further than that. Just so you know what I'm talking about, we go under the car and go all the way where we have it, and see this here. This is what was dirty when I first took out of the car, and which means it was outside. And also last night I took this side out of here, and I could see inside there's a little pin in the middle of the differential, and of course this cannot go over the pin, right? And I got a screwdriver and I put past the pin and I touched the other side, so I know the other side was maxed out. So this side was same thing. So this is how I figured that it wouldn't go all the way, even though it is all the way, because the wall inside is touching the wall, but the outside there's a little leftover. Don't ask me why, it's just like that. Try to buy a new one and look at all that stuff, they all look the same size, so it wouldn't change anything. Let's get this done now. So now, because I disassembled everything, it is easier to deal with, but still not very, because you need to pull forward, and I didn't disassemble the last bit in here. So what I'm gonna try to do is pull this forward, slide it in, and put this right in the middle. Be careful with your finger. So I need to pull this out and shove that in. There you go. So using the jack, putting the jack up enough, pulling this out, that did the trick. Now I'm going to lower the jack. Nice. There you go. It went all the way out. You can see right here. Oh, I thought I was recording. So I just tightened this nut a little bit. That's the rack and pinion. Goes up a little bit. I gotta find the torque specs before doing much more than that, but same thing. We're gonna put this bad boy, this one here, and the way I'm gonna do that one is I am going to try to just force it up, but it'll be a little tricky because it's very tight. I'm gonna get a little hammer and a hammer down here till it goes up a little. Right, I think it's the right height. And yes. Now there's the boat back there. That'll be tricky because I did it wrong when I took it out. And you get, and it got kind of stuck in there. So I'm gonna kind of, nice, got it. Got it out. Nice. I feel so organized right now. Got this little bag and it says lower control arm. Alright. So I got the 17 millimeter. And let's put the nut in there. It's got the back supported, and let's tighten that guy. Now 32 millimeter, and let's do it. We got it there. Then we just need to torque. I think it's 108 or 180. I'm gonna double check all of this right now. Yeah, everything is super steady. So that bolt down there is the lateral lower arm. I'm gonna put another wrench on the back. Here. There you go. And with the 17 millimeter, I'm gonna torque us 52. There you go, 52. Let me double check. Let me do it again. There you go. One more. One more. Yeah. Everything looks great. I didn't tie those guys up. My torque range doesn't go over 150. I'm gonna try to go a little over and see if I can hit 160, but it says that is anything between 147 and 188. And once you do that, there's a cotter pin that goes in here anyway. So I also got a bunch of cotter pins, so I'm not gonna reuse any of those. I'm gonna just use those here. This is the one that came from the rack and pinion, so I'm gonna get one that is similar, which is lovely. Look at that. I got one of those, put it in there, everybody's happy. Thing is new, I don't need to reuse any of that crap. There we go. 160 foot-pound. Was it that easy? Doesn't look like it. To me, it's I think the bolt and the treads are not very good. Nice. No, it's very tight. one. So it's all torqued and everything, but you see we cannot fit the cotter pin in here. So I will need to take this wheel out of the car again. So I'll jack the car, put the, I'm not going to put this apart, just jack the car, put the cotter pin and put back both the wheel back in there. So for the cotter pin, this wasn't aligning. As you see, there's a little hole in here, and this hole wasn't aligning with this little I don't know how to, a hole in here in the nut wasn't aligning with the hole down there. So I have two options now. I have the old cotter pin and I know how thick it was, right? And I have the same thickness that I got from my kit, or I have one slightly thinner. So I have two options. I can either put this one here, which is very tight, actually got in there, and you know, just tap tap tap, and down there just open a little, open its part here like that, right? So this goes nowhere, and or I could use the thinner one. There you go. That's it. I guess for now I can pop back my wheel in there. Okay, so next step for us is I'm going to install the coilovers. So I'm going to do that right now, but it'll be part of a different video. So subscribe to my channel, hit the little bell. When I post the next video, you get a notification, alright? I'll see you on the next video.